So, welcome to the Emerald in 24-hour call. Thank you so much for making it on here live. I always find it makes a real difference to my own understanding when I can make calls live as opposed to catching up on a recording. And obviously, it gives you an opportunity to ask like any questions that you might have. So, without any further delay, I'm just going to share my screen and hopefully you can all see that. Okay, just like nod your heads if you don't mind. Yeah, okay, cool. So this is the end of the slideshow. This is not where we want to be. So why you want to become an Emerald coach. So before I go into why you want to become an Emerald coach, you're probably all wondering what the heck is an Emerald coach. So an Emerald coach is the very first rank of your business. In Beachbody, there are ranks of your business. It's how you build residual income. So instead of just getting customers, it is how you get coaches, and it's how you start to build a residual income. Now, a residual income, for those of you who might not know the difference between commission and residual income, is when you have people that come into your business who want to do the same as you guys. So you want to build a business. And with that being said, then when they start to build their business or help other customers, you build a residual income through what they're doing. So if this is, you're all quite new, but if you're already thinking, yeah, do you know what, I really want to do this thing, the best way to do it, in my opinion, is to build a residual income, combining it with commission income, because of course then you've got like a real safe blend. And that tends to be the way that most really successful coaches run their businesses. They're always helping customers, but they're also helping coaches get started. And what I do want to say is that this doesn't have to be overwhelming. I know like Imogen, for example, said like, Izzy, I'm not sure I want to build my business yet. I just want to see how I go on and help some customers. But actually building that first rank of your business doesn't mean that you have to have working coaches. And I'll explain the reason why. So essentially what you're going to do is it's going to be you plus two. So effectively it's you at the top, and then you see here there's active coaches. So active coaches need 50 PV, which is personal volume for those of you who are new. And what that means is that any coach that comes into your business to make you go emerald, which is what we're talking about, which is these two, one on the left, one on the right. Don't worry about the sides, but that's what we call it, one on the left, one on the right. They need to have an active order when they enroll, i.e. they need to enroll with some form of product which gives them 50 personal value points. And that makes them active, okay? And when you've got two active coaches, one on the left, one on the right, as you can see here, that makes you an Emerald coach. And it's really that simple. It really, really is. And I'll just explain like how we do it. So it's you plus two. Essentially, how you can do it, before I go into the benefits, is you could have somebody on your dirt list, i.e. they're like, a friend, a really good friend, a family member, maybe it's your best friend, maybe it's your sister, maybe it's your mother, maybe it's your child even. People create businesses for their children because it's actually setting up a legacy that they can then inherit, believe it or not. So effectively what you can do is you can enroll with one person who could be like your spouse. That's what I certainly did. I enrolled Guy, my husband. He didn't pay for it. I enrolled him. He has zero intention of ever working this business. He has zero intention of ever, well, at that time, he had zero intention of ever having any of the product, doing any of the programs. I'll hasten to add that now Guy has the Shakeology every day and he does the programs. And he's also over a stone doing the program. So he's come around to it. But basically, I paid for his enrollment. And the reason for that is that secured the two very top spots in my business. Those two spots in your business, when you go emerald, there's you and they're the two directly underneath you. And because they're the two nearest you, as you build out your business, those two spots are the highest earning income potential spots. And that is why I will always talk about going emerald with controlled accounts, or somebody that you can actually use that business and build underneath it even if they're not working the business at all. So like Guy is one of my diamond coaches. He's building to star diamond. Now diamond is beyond emerald, but effectively I've got coaches under Guy, and I earn residual income through Guy's account. And because Guy sits under me, that then cycles up and I earn in 2 spots, which is kind of why doing this is a no-brainer. And I know at the time that my coach said to me, is you really need to make a decision to go emerald if you want to do this business. Because I was like, I want to do it. And I was like, £160, like, and I don't even know how that works or how I'm going to get the money back or anything like that. But I'd learned in the training, if you guys are following Angie Belmar's training, you will see that she enrolled her mum and her partner in the 2 top spots in her business. And that means that as she's built this 6 and 7 figure business, she's been building it in 2 places or 3 places. So it's kind of money yet to be banked. And it is very much like the trusting abundance mindset piece where you just have to trust that it's going to work. So the benefits of being emerald, aside from what I've just explained, it is a very fast rank in your business. As I've just said, it brings you momentum. And this is something that as a new coach, I actually took probably 2 months to go emerald. And when I did go emerald, and I'll hasten to add, it was a decision. I was on the fence until that point. I really kicked myself because I was like, I've wasted 2 months being half in, half out. Am I in? Am I out? Do I believe in this? I'm not sure. And actually, as soon as I went emerald, I started to really build momentum because it gave me confidence. It also gave me a clear picture of how this business builds and how and like what your earning potential looks like. Because when you go to emerald, this comes on to my second point, you start to receive team cycle bonus, which is what happens when you've got 2 businesses. You're building volume effectively, which is just numbers on either side. I'm not going to go into the intrinsicities of it because I think I'll completely like just overwhelm you all. But essentially you start to cycle through that. And as you cycle through it, you earn quite a lot of money each week. And so you can start to see how that works. With going emerald as well, it brings a public shout out that goes in the team page. You've probably seen other coaches going emerald. And then certainly for me and my downline, I then get on a call with my emeralds and I say, right, okay, it's clear you want to do this. I can see you're showing me your intentions with what you're doing with your business by going emerald. And therefore I want to give you more of my time. I want to understand what is it you'd want with this business in an ideal world. Is it an income like goal that you've got? Is it a vision? Is it the recognition? What is it? And I always say this to my coaches and my team, like I will always help them reach their goals. It's not about me reaching my goals. It's about what my team want. And obviously some girls want different things to others. We're all completely different, but I very much try to then bring those girls in on like things that I'm doing, even like leading boot camps with me. I'll get more involved in kind of leadership and development with those girls because I know that then they're in a place where they're wanting to do this. They've shown that they've gone emerald. And it takes your business from a retail to a residual one, as I've said, like all the while that you're not emerald, don't have the ability to cycle through that team cycle. If you've got just one coach, you still can't cycle through it because you need one on each side. And so therefore you're just earning retail, i.e. commission. There's no residual opportunity until the point that you start to build out your business emerald and beyond. And the final thing, which is something that I never even knew, was never even made aware of this when I became emerald, and it's pretty huge. Like I was going through my customers today in my main business center, and I wanted to send them all the details on the new bar blend thing, and I didn't realize actually this is like what you realize, like how amazing Coach Office is. I didn't realize that I could send an email to all of my customers from my back office about the new bar blend program coming out. There's like a Vimeo that's been done. It's super cool. You probably saw it earlier on. There are 258 customers in my business, and I have been a coach for just over 18 months. Now, I have not personally recruited and found those customers. What happens is when you're an emerald coach and you're hitting Success Club every month, so that's helping 3 girls get started each month with challenge packs. That can be a coach or it can be a customer. So long as you're maintaining that emerald rank and you're hitting Success Club, Beachbody gives you free customers, okay? They give you free customers. They appear in your back office and with all their details, and you can reach out and say, hey, I've just realized that you've got set up with whatever they've got set up with. You can see, I wanted to reach out, see if I could help with anything. Get them into your challenge groups. and you start to either earn income right away, and I'm going to explain on the next slide, or from the very next point they order their next thing, and that becomes your customer for life, which means that you can nurture and help them without having to ever talk to them about anything. They just get given to you for the very fact that you're an Emerald coach and you're hitting Success Club, which is pretty crazy. So I'm just gonna hold on a second, I'm just gonna move this. So effectively, let me just explain what I've just said on that previous slide. So the benefits of being an Emerald coach and hitting Success Club. So Success Club, for those of you guys who are new, I know this, like when I started, I was like, these people keep talking about Success Club. I don't have any idea what it was. I don't think it was ever really explained to me. But Success Club, like the most basic form of Success Club is Success Club 5, okay? And that is helping 3 people each month. And if you've watched the Getting Started Bright Call, that needs to be really, in my opinion, if you're a new coach wanting to do this thing, that has to be your non-negotiable goal as a new coach. In your first month, you want to help 3 people get set up with challenge packs, whether or not they're customers or coaches, because that is an indication of just how successful you're going to be as you move through the trajectory of your business. They've done like a lot of tests on, you know, who stays for a long period of time in the business, who does really well, and typically it's girls who hit Success Club their first month, their second month, and their third month, and that just sets the trajectory of their business up. So you can see here also why for you that's hugely beneficial. So if you hit Success Club in December, i.e. you help 3 people, so you're just getting Success Club 5, which is Success Club, you would get given 12 customers by Beachbody. They would appear in your back office in the January. You don't get the initial commissions on their first orders if you hit Success Club 5, but any subsequent order they make, you just get any commission of anything that they're ordering as a customer. And of course, you have the ability to reach out to them. Now, where it starts to get really interesting, and this is something that I do month after month now, is I hit Success Club 10 every month. I'm beyond Emerald, but you know, if you're Emerald or above, it's the same kind of qualification, whether you're above Emerald or not. If I hit Success Club 10, so I help 5 people, because 2 Success Club points is 1 challenge pack, whether or not that's a customer or a coach. If I help 5 people, I get given 9 customers, and you're probably thinking, well, why is it 9, not 12? You get the commission from their very first order. So if you're hitting Success Club 10, helping 5 people with challenge packs month after month, you are going to get given 9 customers with 9 commissions every single month that you're hitting that Success Club 10 in the preceding month. So you can see here, this is just an example. Like, you don't really get a pick and choose on what products it is, just like it's randomly gets given to you. But you can see here, this is just an example. This coach has earned $357 in commission just from hitting Success Club 10 in the previous month and just earning commission off these new customers that she's been given. So that's $357 in commission in the January just for hitting Success Club 10 and being an Emerald coach in the preceding month. So you can kind of see how this business starts to build, and therefore the importance of going Emerald, because you want to get these free leads as quickly as you can, because these are people you can service, you can get them into your boot camps, you can give them a really good experience, and they are going to want your help with stuff, and they're going to want to know about new programs and things like that. So this is my favorite slide of all, and it can seem like the most confusing as well. So it says, why sign your spouse? Now, as I said, like, I enrolled my husband. I know Claire, when she started, enrolled her fiance. You could enroll a partner. You could enroll, like, I've had people, a lot of people enroll mothers and fathers, mothers or fathers, siblings, children as well. So the reason why you want to do this, and this comes back to what I said at the beginning, is that if you enroll your spouse in that top spot, one of those 2 top spots, you can see here, right, this is this coach's first month. So the first month she's earning nothing off her husband, because essentially she's not got any customers in her husband's account. She's not got any coaches in her husband's account yet. So therefore she's not earning anything through it. However, what you can see here is that 4 years later, and this is what I want to say, like, if you want to do this business, you have to see the long-term like view of it. I think people think network marketing, oh, it's get rich quick. It's not. And is if you consistently do the vital behaviors which are on this Success Club tracker. If you haven't watched the Getting Started Bright Call yet, don't worry. But if you're consistently doing the vital behaviors and completing this every day, this, after 4 years, as long as you've enrolled somebody who's a controlled account or another one as well, is going to be the consequence of what you're doing, because it's consistency over time, it's planting seeds. And effectively what's happened here is 4 years later, this coach has enrolled her husband. She's built underneath her husband, i.e. she's got other coaches in her husband's account. They're then, doing really well. And you can see here. So just for 1 week, she's earning almost $1,600. So it was £1,400 through her husband's account alone, because of what she's got going on in that business center, that she would have enrolled those coaches anyway, right? She's just put them under her husband, and she's earning that in this business center. She's also earning in her business center at the top when this happens. So it's kind of crazy. And you can see, like, this is just for the month of, I think this is the month of this is the month of January. And hold on a second, I can't actually see this. So she's earned almost 7,000 extra in a month. So $7,000, probably over $6,000 in the UK, for not doing any extra work, aside from just saying, do you know what, I'm going to trust the process, and I'm going to put, like, my mom or whoever in those top spots. What I will also, my light ring just dropped. What I will also say is that to go Emerald, you could have one controlled account, and you could have somebody who wants to enroll as a customer. And I think it is really important for you guys to understand this kind of now, because when I started, I just enrolled customers as customers. No one had ever told me that I could enroll a customer as a discount coach. Now, a discount coach is somebody that is enrolled as a coach, but they don't ever intend to work the business. And the reason why you want to tell your customers about this is that actually it's to their benefit to enroll as a coach, because they're not paying anything extra. It's $160 whether or not they're going to be a coach or customer for Challenge Pack. But as a coach, we get 25% discount on any subsequent product, which means that if you have a customer who thinks they might want the Shakeology ongoing, even if they think they might and then they end up not wanting it, if you enroll them as a coach for their second month, even with the business fee, it is overall cheaper than being a customer and just having the Shakeology monthly. And it doesn't mean they're tied into it. If they decide after the first month, hey, do you know what, I don't want any of the product, that's okay. They cancel and they can go back to being a customer. But it can be a really great way to help you start building that Emerald and beyond. And that's certainly how I did it. So I had Guy, and then I had it's actually one of my old work colleagues from the corporate property world. She just wanted the shake, but she wanted it ongoing. So I enrolled her as a discount coach, and that's how I went Emerald. So effectively that's that slide. And that's it, so it's really a case now of, are you all in? Number one, are you ready to do this? And if you are, who are your two people that are going to help you get there? And I know, like, when I saw one of these calls, I was like, I'm not sure. But actually, what I really realized is that it is a decision, and it's a decision to back yourself, number one. And it's also a decision because if you're talking to those people that mean a lot to you, and actually you are asking them to invest, because some people do controlled accounts where they actually ask their other half or their mother or whatever to invest. When that person on your dirt list hears how passionate you are, and they can hear the confidence in your belief in what you're doing, they are going to do it. I think kind of the issues arise when you're like, I'm not really sure, so I'm going to ask them. And then, like, it doesn't really flow because you don't believe in it, and therefore they don't believe in it either. So I just wanted to add that because I do think that's a really, like, key point. Certainly if you want my help with any of the conversations, I'm more than happy to do that. But that's why it's Emerald in 24 hours, because effectively it is a decision, particularly if you've got two people that would do that for you, or if you're talking to somebody who might want to be a customer and then you've got somebody else who can do a controlled account. A lot of girls manage to do it in 24 hours. So it is something that I will either send you a personal development book, or I will send you a planner. It's your choice if you manage to do that in 24 hours, just because I think it's nice to offer you something for doing that. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So that's it, essentially. So I don't know whether any of you guys have any questions. Please ask if you do. Like, if you're confused on anything, please ask, because often when somebody's confused or unclear on something, somebody else is also unclear on it. So I'm just going to, hold on a second. I'm going to unmute is what I was going to do. Unmute. Does anyone have any questions?
She can hear me. Hi, Izzy, it's Jenilyn.
Hi.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hi. So I was talking to my husband, and he's interested about signing up or if I can get him started too. So this is, I mean, great that I'm hearing about this. How are you able to share what the presentation and how I can get him started and how do I actually start doing that? And I have some people in mind too, but.
Do you want me to show you how I do it in my coach office, how you get someone started?
Yeah, exactly.
So, and this is actually probably quite useful for all of you because this is something actually that I haven't done a training on, and sometimes I just think I should. So you go to Grow My Business in your coach office, okay? And then you go to Share a Cart. There's also an app called BB Links. It's blue. Let me just show you. Can you see it there? Top next to WhatsApp. Can you see that?
So I can't see it because I don't have my camera on.
Don't worry.
My phone for some reason.
It's called BB Links. It's quite easy to find. So I'm just going to log into my Share a Cart. But effectively, and I know for you, Jenilyn, it's interesting because you said to me when you started, I'm really I have a very close-knit family. We do everything together. And actually the fact that your husband is interested is a really amazing sign. And the reason that I say that is that we have some highly, highly successful top coaches in this business who work together. They work together and they are phenomenally successful. Now, my husband has never gone into real estate. He's got a very successful career there and he loves it. So the fact that your husband kind of wants to give it a try is great. And that could mean that you pay for his enrollment. It could mean he pays for his own and he sees how he goes and you pick that back up again. But the fact that he's willing to do that is great because it means that you've already got a completely more justified controlled account than most people will do from that perspective. So you go in here, new enrollment order. I'm just going to put my own in, to be honest, and it's going to say that I'm already a coach. I've got 3 accounts. So I've got my second business center, I've got my husband's, and I've got me. So you can start to see that, how I'm building my residual income because I've got 3 business centers, right? So you'd put them in as a coach, right? So whether or not they're going to be a customer or coach, if you've got a discount coach, someone that just wants the product, but they're supporting your business, or they're not, they just are a random cold market person who's like, yeah, and I want to try the product. Okay, cool. Let's get you set up as a discount coach. That's the premium option because you're going to get 25% discount. Then what you do is go in here, challenge packs for the most part. And then you see you've got all of these. So if somebody like your husband is specifically like, do you know what, Jenilyn, I really want to try 6 weeks of the work and I want all of the stuff to go with it, you'd enroll him with this pack. But for the most part, I'm always enrolling people with this because that gives them all of the Beachbody On Demand programs. It's not specific to a program because generally I'm like, these particular coaches are going to be moving through the whole platform. And then you just go in here. You can see there's the offer this month, which is amazing for you guys because if you're enrolling a control account, you're getting £20 or $20 off this month in November. And remember, you're in the US, you're going to get $50 back. And in the UK, you're going to get £40 back. So the other thing I would say is that if you're thinking of doing this and you've enrolled and you've got Shakeology and maybe you're seeing I have Energize and Recover and I'm a huge advocate of it and a lot of my girls have it. If you were going to potentially order those products anyway, if you order them in with your control account in the challenge pack, so there's there's the Shakeology challenge pack, there's also the performance pack. You could enroll your control account with the performance pack and then you're going to get the Energize and the Recover and you're going to earn money off that. And it's products you would have probably ordered anyway. So that's the other thing I will just add. When you have a controlled account, any customer orders should go through the controlled account because of course you're earning then in 2 places, not just one. If you enroll a customer under you, once I've gone beyond Success Club, so I've hit Success Club in my account, I put my customers under my controlled accounts because that earns me more money. Hold on, which one is it? It's the performance pack. So this might be something, Jenilyn, that your husband's interested in because it's the Energize and Recover. I don't know. Does that help?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you just set it all up. I usually do the 40 serving tub unless someone wants the stick packs for the Energize. And then you send it through. There's actually the opportunity. Let me just do it now. you can customize the email. I always customize the emails. I always want somebody to know that it's me, like not just some Beachbody text. So I'll personalize it, and that really helps me in there. Does that help?
I think that's helpful. Do you have this recorded or anything at all? The video?
I'm recording this call, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll get this recording to I have a virtual assistant who helps me out because I end up with too much to do, and she'll load it onto YouTube, and then I can send it to you.
Oh, nice. Okay, then yes, very helpful. Thank you.
No worries. Were there any other questions?
I have quite a few, but I think I'm going to think about them and maybe message over. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. Just and I know like
one.
sometimes it's a bit overwhelming in this kind of platform to ask those questions. So just keep me posted, and honestly, like it's normal to be like, okay, like I remember learning about this and I was like, it's like I'm gonna have to back myself now, right? So it's that self-belief piece, and that's where the personal development comes in, because we've got to constantly like keep feeding our personal belief, because we're entrepreneurs. That's effectively what we are. We're running our own businesses, and we've got to believe in ourselves and in the business. So yeah, and obviously I do, but I'm a good way down the track. So cool. Okay, well thank you so much guys for coming on, and yeah, send me your questions. Yeah, and thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
guys.
Lizzie.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.